What's up, guys? It's your boy, Chun the Gamer here, and after over a year away, we're finally back with more Yandere Simulator. So we're basically gonna explore, see what's different about the game, and since the last year I played. I mean, I've heard from friends that, and I've actually kept up with the updates, so the game is massively different since the last time we played. We're gonna just, go through the usual, make a senpai. I personally like green eyes. And there you go. Typical male uniform, nothing special. Skip.
I can't. Hey.
And skip. Like I said, Yandere Tapes made a ton of changes since I last played a year ago. I mean, you'll see it once the game loads up the thing here. Okay, there we go. Now you see the new room he's got in here. Still got the same panties as usual. Now look, this is the Senpai shrine. He's definitely done some stuff since then. Good lord. Unreal. She's even got a freaking lock of his hair. Oh my god. This is disturbing. This is beyond disturbing. Oh, Jesus. Man, I know this is called Yandere Simulator, but this is getting nuts. And we literally just started, folks. The insanity is yet to come. Let's get under the basement because there's things I need to pick up down there. Okay. Let's go to school. Okay, we're here. Holy shit, look at the amount of students he's added to the game. Frame rate is massively low. We can deal with that. So the sheer amount of students he's added here. I'm just basically exploring the place. I'm not really gonna worry about killing or anything. I'm just exploring, seeing what's changed. Basically having all those students in the same thing, in the same area, that slows shit down. Hence why I ran away from them. So we're not gonna worry about killing anyone right now. I'm just exploring the place, seeing what additions were made. Okay, home ec room is still under construction. Ah, okay. Sewing room. Excellent. Scissors I can stab people with. Yay, I've got me a weapon now. I can stabby stab with scissors. If I so choose, of course. Notice they just stopped and stared at me for a minute. Senpai. I want to see if I can get the frame rate to be faster, so hold on. Okay, frame rate seems to be a lot faster now. Instead of 5 or 6 frames, it's like 13 or 14 frames a second, which is much faster. Now we can at least explore in peace without a slow-ass frame rate. Oh, now it's a lot faster. Now we're almost 30 frames a second. Nice. So as I was saying, let's explore the place. See what's different. Because Yandere Dev has added a lot of shit since I last played it a year ago. Covered it a year ago for the channel. So while we're at it, let's snag these scissors. Just in case. Just in case you need to get stabby. Reading room?
Excellent.
That's bizarre. What was that set bug me? Huh? The hell is that? Hello! You can walk away, you don't have to stare at me. Oh, this is gonna be tougher than I thought. This is gonna be tougher than I thought to kill people in the final game. Oh dear. Did you see those white dudes? I think those are student council members. Those guys, they mean business, it looks like. You can't be screwing around with them. It's gonna be a lot harder to get stabby and shit. Okay, Hito Murasaki. Ah, okay, he's one of the bullies, probably. Delinquents.
Too close!
Jeez.
Ram, punk! Quit it!
Not to be so rude. So yeah, things are already a lot different. We barely scratched the surface of what's here. Oh, what do you know? He's finally added a library. She must be camera shy, whoever she is. Student council room.
Is someone there? It's you. Why have you come here? Have you come here to taunt me?
No.
Do you even know who I am?
Nope.
I know who you are.
Really?
I know what you are. My father won't allow me to attend school while you are active. He has a reason for tolerating your presence at this school. I don't. You are a vulgar creature that is only allowed to exist because you serve a purpose. If it was my decision, then
Ah, it killed the feed. Well. Oh. We'll probably do that the next time we can play through here. Nothing in here. I know this is gonna kind of be boring, but I'm basically exploring the school, seeing what I missed. Hey, slow up! I want to take a picture of you. Would you at least slow up so I can take a picture? Nope, that didn't work. Hello. Danger. Student council's carried for. Oh boy! That's trouble. That person troubled. Student council equal trouble. So the dudes in the white, they're dangerous. Gotta avoid them if we can. Stop pushing me, bitch. Classroom. At there, it's Missouri. I know that green hair from anywhere. Majori, how you pronounce her name? Science lab. That's a classroom. What am I saying science lab for? Ah! We're over here.
Why are you interrupting me? Can't you tell what our club is about just from the name alone? I'll have you know that there are many benefits to playing video games. Games can develop. In other words, the benefit of joining my club is... Quit talking to me, I'm trying to focus.
Ah, screw you. I don't need you. Ah, let's use the basis of the Strawberry Thieves. Huh. Okay. They have added other clubs, huh? The keyboardist. Okay, fair enough. I swear, it's like he put these people here as like security cameras, so you can't just go around shooting and killing anybody we want. That sucks. Chan.
I know you're there. Run along now. There's nothing for you to see here.
How does she know we're there? Hello. Okay, that's the crouch mode, alright. Just need a minute to remember what it was. I'll be taking these. Don't know what they are, but I'll take them. Probably manga's bad to guess. There's gotta be like a computer lab somewhere. Be good. Well, there it is. I wanted to use the tapes I found. That's not a computer lab, that's a radio. Here's the computer lab, right over here.
Oh, darling, you're finally awake.
What?
Watching you sleep is always fun, but it gets a bit old after 6 hours, you know?
What's happening? Where am I?
We're in my basement, darling. My mom went through a lot of trouble to get this basement added to our home.
What are you talking about? Huh? What is this? Am I tied to a chair?
That's right, darling. That's the very same chair that my mother built for my father while she was keeping him here. And now you get to sit there too. Isn't that romantic?
Aren't you... that girl's been on the TV lately?
That's her mother, I'd
What
assume.
was it? Aishi-san?
Oh, you don't need to be so formal, darling. You
Oh
can
yeah,
use my
definitely her
first
mother.
Name, you know.
Oh god. It's not true, is it? All those things the journalist said?
I said, use my first name, darling.
I'm sorry. I don't know you well enough to...
Say.
Oh yeah, definitely her first. Definitely her mother.
Ryoba! Ryoba!
And it sounded like you said orgasm right there.
What?
Oh, darling, I've been waiting so long to hear you say that. I'm so glad that I caught it on tape.
What do you want from me? Am I your next victim?
Victim? Of course not, darling. You're the one I was protecting this whole time.
Protecting? You mean... all those girls at school?
That's right, darling. They were threatening our love. I had to get rid of them all.
Love? But we've never even spoken to each other before.
I know, darling. It's so exciting to talk to you for the first time. I can't wait to have all of our firsts. Our first date, our first meal together, our first kiss, our first...
Ryoba-chan, if you love someone, you shouldn't kidnap them and tie them to a chair.
Well, how else am I supposed to make sure that you don't try to run away, darling?
Please. Please. Let me go.
Oh yeah, he's definitely
I
screwed.
promise I won't tell the police.
Sorry, darling. You're not allowed out of that chair until I'm 100% sure that you'll never try to leave me. From this day forward, I'm never going to let you out of my sight. We'll be together forever.
Forever?
That's right. Oh, looks like it's time to change the tape. One moment, darling.
Okay, that is disturbing as fuck. But it's also kind of hot.
Oh, I'm sorry, darling. Did I scare you?
I didn't hear you come in.
After all these years, you still can't tell when I'm standing behind you? I thought you would have been able to tell by now, darling.
Well, you do make a career at not being seen.
What were you doing down here, darling? Oh, are those our old tapes? The ones we made back in the 80s?
80s. Oh, yep, that's her mother.
I get a bit nostalgic for the good old days.
Well, I suppose you could say that.
You know, I had a nostalgic moment today too, darling. I saw someone who I hadn't seen in decades. And by that, I mean this is the first time he's seen me in decades.
Who are you talking about?
Oh my! Are you jealous, darling? Are you worried that someone is going to steal your beloved wife away?
That's actually the last thing I worry about.
Oh, darling, that's so romantic.
Right. So who did you see today?
I'll tell you
He's
all about it on
obviously
the way to
whipped.
the airport, darling.
Wait! Airport?
That's right, darling. Pack your bags. We're going to America.
We can't do that! What about our jobs?
Don't worry, darling. I've already called the boss and informed him that we need to take a little trip. He was very understanding.
How long will we be gone for?
I'm not sure, darling. It all depends on how fast I track him down.
What about our daughter? Tomorrow is the first day of high school.
If our daughter is anything like her mother, she'll have absolutely no problems whatsoever taking care of herself. Oh, I hope she meets someone special. It would be so nice if she's gotten a boyfriend by the time we get back.
I hope not.
What was that, darling?
Nothing, sweetie.
Enough dawdling, darling. We have to get going.
Shouldn't I pick up the tapes? They're scattered everywhere.
Don't bother, darling.
What if our daughter finds them?
You know, there's a part of me that hopes she does.
Huh? It's on. Must have hit record.
Okay, this is beyond disturbing. But, I mean, considering that what Yandere-chan is, well, it's to be expected. Back for more momentarily, because I want to actually get some more tapes from the Headmaster room, but we gotta wait till lunch. So, hold on. Okay, it's lunchtime. Now let's dash to the Headmaster's office. I can steal stuff in there if I can find it, of course. It's around somewhere. Just gotta find it. Science lab. Computer lab. Or arcade room thingy. It's here somewhere. Martial arts club. Music room. Art club. Where is he? I know he's around here somewhere.
Back off!
Jesus. Scared the daylights out of me. Nothing here. Here it is. Good. Door. I don't know what else I just stole, but I'm out of here. Now let's investigate what else is on those tapes. Back to the computer lab. Headmaster Tapes, okay. Check them out.
Let's see. Where to start? Well, I guess I'll start at the beginning. My name is Kocho Shiona, and I've just been chosen to be the headmaster of Academy High School. To be honest, I'm not sure if I really believe this is happening. I keep pinching myself to make sure I'm not dreaming. I mean, the entire nation has been talking about this school for months. The idea of an elite high school that only opens its doors to the most intelligent students in Japan? A place for the most promising men and women of today to be transformed into the leaders of tomorrow. A school built for the sole purpose of being the most prestigious learning institute in the country. It's an ambitious undertaking, to say the least. But the thing that shocks everyone the most is that the school is being bankrolled by Psycho Corp. Who would have expected an electronics company to found a school? At first, I thought it was some kind of long-term business plan. Maybe they wanted to build a place to gather the best and brightest students of Japan and train them to be their next generation of employees. But it turns out that I was wrong. Really wrong. And I got to hear the truth straight from Mr. Psycho himself. That's right. I just met...
Yeah, the headmaster is a lot more chipper and friendly in his younger days, but nowadays he's a grouchy old fool. Thankfully, I don't think he's programmed to notice that if you steal the tapes or whatever other stuff is in his office, he's programmed to notice that it's gone, and he won't be able to know who stole it, so we're okay.
The Psycho Psycho in person.
Psycho? First thing that 3 times fast.
It was like getting to meet Leonardo da Vinci or Thomas Edison. I've lost count of how many things he's invented or improved. I don't think there's a single product in my home that doesn't have the Psycho logo on it. A man whose ideas and inventions changed the world. People like that are only born once a century. Anyway, the reason he built this school, it blew my mind. It's not something he's ever mentioned in public, but he didn't tell me to keep it a secret either. So, here it is. It's his daughter. It's all for his daughter. He cherishes her...
Hold on. So, this Psycho guy built the entire Academy High for his daughter? Damn, the guy's a bit whack.
More than life itself. Even more than his multi-billion-dollar corporate empire. He wants to make her dreams come true. So he's building a high school customized to suit her exact tastes. The name of the school, the location, where it's being constructed, even the exact layout of the building. Everything was chosen by his daughter. His mission is to make sure that the best years of her life happen at Academy High. She gets to decide who's allowed to enroll, she gets to decide the school's policies, and I'm pretty sure she gets to be the student council president starting from day one. No questions asked.
So that must be that kid. That kid that we saw on the computer that was, I know who you are, I know what you are. That must be that girl. I bet you that's the one.
So, not only will this school be a collection of Japan's most highly qualified teachers and most brilliant students, but it's also a giant, shining monument to a father's love for his daughter. It almost brings a tear to my eye. And I'm going to be the headmaster. I'm still surprised I actually had the courage to send in my application. I guess it's because the qualifications they were looking for seemed surprisingly low compared to the qualifications for every other position at the school.
Oh, and if you guys are wondering, the reason why I hadn't updated Yandere Simulator, the playthrough of Yandere Simulator in a year, is because, well, I got so many other games that caught my eye that I didn't really think about Yandere Sim. So I'll try to play this more often as more new stuff gets added, but you might not see me play it again until the game's finished. Who knows? I'm hoping it will not be the case, but based on the sheer amount of students and the student council always patrolling shit, you might not see me get sappy stabbed for a while, because it's hard to lure people away and get them away for a good killing.
In fact,
Not to mention, I still suck at taking panty shots. Hopefully that'll be made easier in the final game.
Mr. Psycho told me I was perfect for the job after just asking me a few questions. There's a part of me that wonders if his daughter just wants the school's headmaster to have a certain appearance, or a certain name or voice or something. I'm not really sure if I got the job because I qualify for it, or because I meet some invisible criteria that I'm not aware of. I guess Mr. Psycho could tell I was nervous because he gave me a gift. This portable tape recorder. One of his inventions. He told me that it's therapeutic to record an audio journal when you're feeling overwhelmed. That's the whole reason I'm recording this right now. And I gotta say, it actually worked. I feel much better now. You know, this is kind of fun. It might turn into a habit. I can't stop thinking about the last thing he said before he left. He called me Headmaster Shuyona. It'll be a while before I get used to hearing that.
Okay, next tape.
Huh? Oh, wow. I didn't realize how much
This one's
dust
a
was
long
on this
one.
thing. Well, I suppose I should consider myself lucky. If I never use this thing, it means everything has been going so smoothly that I just never feel the need to vent. But something happened today that really threw me off. I wouldn't feel right talking about it with any of my colleagues, but I need to get it off my chest. So maybe recording my thoughts will help. Today I visited Psycho headquarters for a routine meeting with Mr. Psycho, just as I've done dozens of times over the past few years. But today was different. He was angry, foul-mouthed, and short-tempered. I'd never seen him like that before. He didn't reprimand me for anything, and we simply discussed the usual topics, but the entire time he seemed like he was on the verge of exploding. I was confused and worried, and frankly, scared. His secretary must have seen how shaken I was, because after the meeting, she took a moment to assure me that I hadn't done anything wrong, and that Mr. Psycho was angry about a personal matter. On most days, I would never dream of gossiping about the man who signs my paychecks, but my curiosity got the better of me, and I asked her for details. She didn't know all the specifics, but she knew enough to give me a basic summary. Earlier that day, Mr. Psycho had a furious argument with his daughter, who graduated recently. Apparently, she doesn't want to inherit the company.
Okay, that totally throws off that earlier theory I had in the video about the girl on the computer screen being the daughter of Mr. Psycho, so totally throws that out the window.
And she's decided to leave Japan to travel the world. This is absolutely unacceptable to her father, because he's invested a lot of resources into giving her the training necessary to take over his empire when he retires. He had absolute faith that his daughter would inherit his company when the time came, and her decision had invalidated all of his plans, along with many years of effort, not to mention an incalculable amount of money. After a long, heated discussion, well, more like a shouting contest from the sound of it, Mr. Psycho threatened to disown his daughter, and she had absolutely no problem with that. He told her, "If you walk out that door, you're no longer a part of this family." And moments later, she left his office without a word. Mr. Psycho is a man who refuses to compromise and only accepts the results he wants. I'm 100% certain that from this day forward, his daughter's dead to him. The secretary told me a little more about the way Mr. Psycho raised his daughter. Starting from early childhood, she was given training to prepare her for the responsibilities that come with operating a company. Training that became more advanced and intense with each passing year. Mr. Psycho also has a son, but he didn't put his son through the same sort of training as his daughter. Instead, he granted his son a perfectly normal childhood, perhaps out of guilt for what he did to his daughter. But now he's making preparations to rapidly change the direction of his son's life. So the boy will acquire the traits and skills that his sister spent her entire life developing.
Oh, good lord. I realize this guy wants some worthy successor to inherit the company, but forcing it on his kids is not a good look. I don't even know who this guy is or what he looks like, and I already despise him.
The strangest part is the exact reason why Mr. Psycho's daughter wants to travel the world. One phrase the secretary kept hearing was, "my sister."
Sister?
Apparently, Mr. Psycho's daughter is absolutely convinced that she has a sister somewhere in the world, and that she needs to find her. But Mr. Psycho only has 2 children. So, if she says she has a sister, there are 3 options. She's speaking figuratively, she's actually become delusional, or Mr. Psycho has an illegitimate child. At this point, the secretary decided she'd said too much, and stopped talking. I had a feeling I was starting to tread on dangerous ground, so I chose not to pry any further. Even though I wound up with more questions than answers, at least now I know why he was so angry. Losing his daughter, along with more than a decade of money, planning, effort, must be an incredibly painful experience. But after hearing all this, it'll be hard for me to look at him the same way I used to. He told me that he built Academy High to give his daughter the perfect, ideal high school life. But now I think that was just a cover story. I think he built Academy High and made his daughter the student council president to put her through the experience of being in charge of an organization. The school wasn't a gift from a father to a daughter. It was just another component of her lifelong training, another step in the process of turning her into the perfect CEO. A training simulation. And now he's going to put his son through an accelerated version of that process. Poor boy. It doesn't surprise me at all that she defied her father and ran away from all that. But in the end, it wasn't pressure or stress that made her reject her father's wishes. It was this weird notion that she has a sister. Maybe all the stress drove her crazy. The weirdest thing of all is that when I imagine Mr. Psycho with another daughter, I have a mental image of what she would look like. But I get a headache if I picture her in my mind for too long. Man, it really creeps me out. If Academy High was built solely for one girl, and that girl has graduated, what happens next? I was afraid the school was going to be shut down, but apparently Mr. Psycho just wants me to continue business as usual. A lot of the students who graduate from this school get offers from Psycho Corp almost immediately after graduation. So I guess this place really did turn out to be a training ground for future Psycho employees after all.
That is just spooky, man. I know I'm not talking much, but, you know, this is stuff I've never heard before outside the basement tapes, so I'm just trying to take it all in so I can understand the game's backstory a bit more.
I don't feel angry or sad, just disenchanted. Well, it's an easy job, and I can't argue with the pay, so I guess I'll just stay on my current course for now. Man, even though I know that nobody is going to listen to this tape, I feel way better after recording my thoughts. I guess Mr. Psycho's gift was good for something after all. Thanks for hearing me out, Mr. Tape Recorder. With that said, I hope I don't have to use you again anytime soon.
Okay, last one. This is when he's older and grouched since the present time. Oh, geez, another long one?
Out of all the different ways it could have turned out, I never imagined Office. A few days ago, I received an email with screenshots of certain directories on my personal computer. I don't know how anyone could have managed to accomplish something like that, but I can only assume that this person must have been some kind of top-class computer hacker. They threaten to expose what I've been doing unless I meet their demands. Being discovered and blackmailed has been my worst fear for over a decade now, but this person...
Wait, discovered and blackmailed? For what? Shit, this gets more intriguing with every tape. The hell with killing people. I want to know all the secrets of the story.
Whoever they are isn't asking for money. Instead, they want complete ownership of a single room at Academy High.
Ah, okay, this is about InfoChan. Okay.
They intend to occupy this room for a full semester, and they have made it very clear that they are not to be disturbed for any reason. I have no clue what they intend to do in this room, but I'm not really in a position to decline. All things considered, this situation isn't as bad as it could have been. They could have demanded an absurd sum of money, and instead, all they want is a room. Their request seemed harmless enough, and there was a suitable room available, so I decided to comply with their demands. Well, it's not like I really have a choice in the first place. They also asked me to make sure that the room has certain equipment inside of it before they arrived. Computer monitors and hard drives. We already had a surplus of supplies like that, so it wasn't a problem. The tricky part was convincing the rest of the faculty not to enter a specific room for any reason, and not to question it either. I spent a long time mulling it over and eventually came up with a cover story that seemed convincing enough to believe. To be perfectly honest, I'm a little proud of it. I told the faculty that a special needs student with extreme agoraphobia wishes to attend Academy High. Because of their intense social anxiety, they will remain secluded in one of the school's rooms, and are not to be disturbed, because it would trigger a panic attack. Teachers will record their lectures when class is in session, and email these recordings, along with class assignments, to the reclusive student, once per day. I will personally handle anything else the student requires, such as meals at lunchtime. Some of the teachers thought my story sounded a little sketchy, and wanted to hear details. Their questions were harmless, but I was sweating bullets, and I felt like I was being interrogated by the police. Eventually, I convinced them to believe the cover story, and the meeting ended with the faculty praising me for being so accommodating to a mentally handicapped adolescent. I felt a little guilty for deceiving them, but it's far from the worst thing I've done. The only thing that matters is the end result. We now have a room which is off limits to students and faculty alike. The hacker never told me their name, age, even their gender. It's frustrating. If I'm going to be put through such a harrowing experience, I at least want to know who's behind it. I set up a hidden camera outside of the room that has been set aside for the hacker. When I got into work this morning, I checked the recording, only to find that it had been replaced with a graphic of a black silhouette wearing a red wig, along with the words, "Don't try this again."
Yep, it's definitely InfoChan. She has red hair.
The message has been received, loud and clear. I asked the hacker if they needed anything else from me. Daily meals or anything of the sort. They told me not to worry about them, and to simply go about my business as usual. They explicitly told me to pretend they don't exist. It's going to be nearly impossible for me to put them out of my mind when they could end my career with a single click. It feels like there's a slimy creature crawling underneath my clothing, and I simply have to grit my teeth and live with it. Then again, I don't really have any right to complain. Perhaps this is simply karmic retribution for my actions.
Yeah, but I wonder what actions. I mean, what could he possibly have done between the time where he found out about Psycho's daughter and when InfoChan came into the school? That's what I want to know.
It's very fortunate that these little therapy sessions were confined to cassette tapes. If I had been making digital recordings instead, the hacker would have a lot of very dangerous information right now. With that said, I no longer feel comfortable keeping these tapes around. They're too much of a liability. I should dispose of them, but it would be such a shame. 30 years of my innermost thoughts just tossed away like trash. It would feel like I'm wiping someone's memory. What was the point of recording anything at all if I was just going to destroy it one day? There was never anyone in my life who I felt comfortable expressing my anxieties to.
Jeez.
This tape recorder has been like a close friend who I could trust with my deepest secrets. I know I have to dispose of these tapes, but maybe I'll keep them for a few days. Listen to them one last time. Try to figure out where it all went wrong. Then dispose of them when I've said my goodbyes. But there is one tape that I'm already prepared to part ways with. The tape I made after Mr. Psycho's recent demands. It's far, far too risky for a recording like that to exist. That one must be destroyed immediately.
I wonder what his recent demands were. Well, in any case, guys, I know this wasn't exactly an exciting episode of Yandere Simulator, but we discovered a lot of new information about the storyline that I never knew before, so there's that at least. So, till the next Yandere Simulator video, hopefully it won't be in a year from now, hopefully it'll be a lot sooner than that. It's your boy Sean to sign out. Remember, if you liked the video, please give it a like, and subscribe to join Termination today. If you haven't been a gaming press, just leave it in the comments of this video, or at my Twitter feed at ChanCity25. Also check out my friend Mel at MilsMatch7 for our wrestling know-how, if you're that sort of thing. And until the next video,